Hey there, Light Warriors. This video is called Witch Women, the Divine Feminine versus the Dark Feminine, Spiritual Warfare. As we're in the new era, we need to move forward with laser pinpoint accuracy. So if we're going to improve our lives, we want to move forward and be conscious and aware of people, things, and situations. Some things can be powerful, but are these things good or bad? If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey and I make it relevant for everyday life people. Believe it was Glinda that said, "Are you a good witch or a bad witch?" And women are very in tune to their spiritual gifts, and they know how to use the word, how to cast spells, if you will. Women are very powerful. Everyone that's getting this message, you got to know women are very powerful, and you have to also understand that women can really improve your life, and women can absolutely destroy your life. So you're going to have to become aware. You're going to have to know the traits, the characteristics. And, this is a time period of spiritual warfare. And the dark feminine has, really been, so loud and kind of, overtook the divine feminine. In order for the divine feminine to actually rise, okay, these divine feminine, they're not, battling all day long, but it takes the divine masculine to clear the path for the divine feminine to rise. And I'm going to be giving real life examples. You might go out into the world and you say, well, how do I identify a dark feminine? How do I identify, a divine feminine? So I'm going to give you real life examples that you could utilize and focus on and use your own discernment as you move forward. Because especially in the spiritual communities, there's all this talk about the divine feminine is rising, which is true, but it's not all feminine. No. We have to move forward, right, and allow the divine feminine to rise and not allow the negativity in the modern society. You've seen this going on. Okay, so once you are actually aware, so women in general, they are very powerful, and the divine feminine, what's the differentiation? The divine feminine can stand by herself, so powerful, can create. The dark feminine actually has no power at all. Once you're aware of this, you might not be aware of this because it's an illusion. They cast an illusionary spell. They are very overbearing. Okay, so our divine feminine, as we go through the lesson, in the world right now on social media, you'll see the dark feminine. They're so overbearing. They got to be so loud. The divine feminine is actually not that way. The divine feminine is actually, they might hide their face a lot. They're very low key, right? And they kind of understand spiritual warfare. That's why they're not so overbearing. That's why they're not, in the spotlight. They're actually hidden right now. And, as the energies are shifting, that's why it takes the work of the divine masculine to clear the way for these divine feminines to rise. Okay, so, when you look at the dark feminine, spiteful, antagonistic, and they actually hate men, while the divine feminine loves men and works together. Cooperation is something I discuss on this channel. All organisms of the same species are supposed to cooperate, and you don't see organisms of the same species actually attacking each other. But the dark feminine actually hates men and tries to utilize and manipulate men for their resources and move on to the next. Okay? There's a manipulation of words to cast spells. These are in the vibration of fear, guilt, or shame. If you're listening to what the woman is saying, is it rooted in fear, guilt, or shame? Okay, you might see certain things like, I am a victim. Oh, I'm a victim, but I'm so nice. Oh, I'm so nice. And they're going to give you stories how they were, I hate men. They might talk poorly about their own father. They might not, everything is this guy and that guy and this guy did nasty things to. What was the common denominator? You have to start asking the question. The dark feminine moves and operates like the hyena. They have to have a clique. The divine feminine is strong to stand alone, okay? But the dark feminine, actually, they always need support from their clique, right? They're like a pack of hyenas. And they operate differently. So, this is really rooted in spirituality. So you might see when it comes to the dark feminine, they are worshiping Glipglab. They put their faith in Glipglab. They're not a woman of God. They're not going back to God and Jesus Christ. Okay, they're manipulating certain things. They think, it's just manifestation. You might see certain things like casting spells so that their Instagram following could grow. They're all concerned in the ego. Okay, so just because a person out there, they got crystals, they got the ring light, they have all these things, it doesn't mean that they are actually a divine feminine. They might, be going the opposite way. So you have to move forward with laser pinpoint accuracy. Okay, what is the number one energy theme of the dark feminine? And that is summed up in one word: confusion. Okay, Jezebel spirit of confusion. You might come across a dark feminine, and all of a sudden you had it all figured out, right? And in the spiritual communities, it's just flowy, it's all this. But when you start to sit back, you actually could see the divine feminine. They can be flowy, which we'll get to in a few minutes, but they know thyself, and the dark feminine does not know thyself. They want attention. They want to manipulate, but they don't actually know thyself, and they actually don't know much of anything. When you are in a state of confusion, when you are try to be confused, try to be steered away, that's the dark feminine. When the divine feminine sees the divine masculine, there's a bunch of love, and they might come to you like a magnet. But the divine masculine instills the fear of Almighty God in the dark feminine. And you might see this. I've seen this and witnessed it on my journey. Okay? And that's why you're going to know everyone by their fruits right now. So in spirituality, right, in all these communities, they don't have certain things authentically, right? They have it to serve maybe a certain purpose or polarization. It's not about man or woman that's got to be the best right now. What God gave me the message, and that's what I'm doing in this video today, is taking something and putting it back into balance and alignment. So, a couple of weeks ago, I did a world famous video on the power of music, right? And music is so powerful, and music, according to that frequency, music could actually benefit your life and make it beautiful, and that music could also destroy your life. So you could take that concept and apply it to the dark feminine and also the divine feminine. So the divine feminine also knows how to cast spells, if you will. What are some real life examples? And I had two divine feminine women raise me, and I think of my mother. I always think about this. This was something that she did for me. Divine feminine, takes care of her son, takes care of her children. So years ago, this is an example of maybe casting a spell, but like in a good way, if you will. It would be time to go to sleep. Yeah. And my mother would say, "Oh, Michael, you're very tired. You're so sleepy. Oh, Michael, you're so tired. It's time to go to bed. Yeah, you're so tired, Michael. And I would say, "Oh, okay, I'm going sleepy poo now." And I would go and I would go to sleep. So that's an example of the divine feminine utilizing, because women know better than men how to use the words and set the standard, right? So it was time to go to sleep, right? I had to make a little sleepy poo at that time. My Nana, my grandmother, my Nana, she instilled so many subconscious programs with the spoken word. She told me, Mikey, okay, the power that you have, what you're going to do when you're an adult, and what you're going to have, and how much you're going to accomplish, instilling self-worth. And one of the things that you'll always see is the divine feminine will warn you of the Jezebel spirit. You know, years ago, my Nana, I was raised by Queen Esther, and she was so powerful. And the true divine feminine is always going to, because I am now the king, but years ago, right, I'm just a boy growing up. The divine feminine is always going to protect the masculine before they're ready. We all have to go through this process. And this is the order of operations, if you will. So the divine feminine is going to protect the divine masculine. So over the course of your journey, in general, right? So how do you know you're dealing with a dark feminine or Jezebel spirit, if you will? The divine feminine will warn you, okay? You can write that down. So years ago, my Nana, she would start screaming all this Italian words and talking about the Jezebel spirit and the filth that's hidden in society. And so she instilled that in me. And over the course of your journey, so you might have a general statement like that from the divine feminine, or you will get a warning about a specific person. So you might have dealt with demons and Jezebel spirits over the course of your journey. You might have had a warning. Okay, a warning will come from the divine feminine. And there is an order to this. And, just like how, one foot washes the other, the divine feminine and masculine, you give things back and forth. So when you deal with there is no power struggle. If you see a feminine and they're trying to, and Nikola Tesla spoke about this. Okay, so he saw a world where the feminine energy, the feminines of the world, were going to try to actually compete with the men. Okay, so when you think of organisms, let's just go back to simple science. It's out of balance. It's out of alignment. We're supposed to come together with love. The dark feminine in the modern society would rather attack the man, try to overtake the man, than actually make love to the man. And you might be on your journey. You might start to witness this. So you're going to know them by their fruits at this time. So the divine feminine carries the loving, the nurturing energies. Both can manipulate the word. Both could be witches, if you will, casting spells, spoken word, building. But you're gonna see this. The divine feminine at this time really does keep a low key. I even know someone, and she has a very big presence, but she still finds a way to keep a low key. So, look at, you hear certain terms and how maybe women try to feast off of loose attention. You might have heard the term growing up, and attention. You know the word, right? So these are true things. They try to feast off your attention. And it's really a powerful time period, because this is a time period of sorting, wheat and the tares. This is a time period of differentiation. God works with compare and contrast. So just like if like I discussed music, and music is very powerful, well, women are very powerful, but women can either destroy your life or build it up. So you're going to have to know them by their fruits. You're going to have to move forward with laser pinpoint accuracy. Even the other day, I sit back, I watch my fellow man. Oh my God. I watch my fellow man, and, I see this and utilize this as a real life example. I train at the gym a lot, and I just sit back and I observe. And I watched this one the other day, and gives the boyfriend the camera and film videos of my backside in the gym, and give it back to me. Your attention should be on that man, not concerned with your Instagram. So if you're a man and you see this type of behavior, get that crap out of your everyday life. I think about my mother. I'll give you another example. In the modern society, the dark feminine, they're going to say something. They're going to say, oh, you're a mama's boy, if you will. All right, that's trash. A mama's boy is so important. I love my mama. And you're going to say, why? Why do they say this? Because they can't hold a candle to your mother, to your grandmother. These women, they can't hold a candle to them. And that's why they're going to say those things. They're going to gaslight. They're going to fear, guilt, and shame you. While the divine feminine, they will rush to your aid. And I've seen both over the course of my journey, and all I could do is share everyday life experiences. So you will see the divine feminine rush to your aid. Us men, now we need to stand. And we're standing for our divine feminine by exposing the dark feminine. We see out there. You could see him. It's not so hard. Spiritual warfare, the unseen battle, a lot of you knew that years ago, is now crystal clear. Move forward and know that not everything is good or bad. It is what it is. Get rid of the labels, start to identify these things, and especially when it comes to spirituality, clever and cunning. Know the difference between clever and cunning and loving and nurturing. It's so important. I love you all. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're a man, why don't you leave a comment down below? Do you see this type of behavior? Oh, the Instagram models, the this, the that, and leeching and looshing off the energy of our men. If you're a divine feminine, maybe you have experienced this type of behavior at the workplace. Right? It's unbelievable. I have many female friends, and some of them, over the course of my whole life, they said to me, I can't be friends with other women. I have male friends. That might resonate with you. So let's raise awareness to this. Let's shine a big, beautiful light, and let's get rid of the dark feminine energy, and let's shine a beautiful light on our divine feminines, right? So you might have one in your life. Look for the key terms. Look for the difference. Know how to navigate this time period. I love you all. We have Facebook, TikTok, and Patreon. The links are in the description. Comment down below. Do you want more videos like this? Do you want me to take a topic like I did music and how it could be good or bad? I could take the feminine energy and explain how it's the dark or the divine feminine. Would you like other topics like this? Comment down below. Share this video. Stay empowered. Awareness is the precursor to change. You can improve your everyday life. Make better decisions. Don't waste your time, energy, or resources. And surround yourself with higher vibrational people. I love you all. Keep going, kid.